All right, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing. But now let's talk about none other than SUI itself. Shout out to each and every one of you guys that is showing tremendous amount of love. Continue supporting, and you will see a continuation of these updates on SUI. So pretty much going into Wednesday morning, we are seeing a little bit of a retracement within the altcoin market. And again, if you did watch the turbo update that did went live about a few hours back, I kind of indicated as to what really has been happening for the broader market. But if you missed that update, of course, we're going to have that discussion right now. So you're still seeing a few handful coins up quite a bit. And then there's also majority of the market seeing a little bit of a minor pullback. And why is that the case? That's what we're going to be just talking about. As far as SUI is concerned, SUI is down a little bit. It's down about 7.2% on the daily time frame over the past 24 hours. Price listing at $2.04. Also down 9.7% in Bitcoin comparative. So has seen a little bit of a pullback within its price, which of course is something that we discussed and it's something that we knew that could end up happening. So looking at the market cap is at about $5.6 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is at about 1.6 billion. But before we get into it, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So first and foremost, I really want you guys to understand what really has been happening over the course of the last 24 hours. So since we last met for the SUI update, a lot has changed. And what I mean by a lot has changed is, you could see this for yourself, dominance index broke out. And it didn't just break out, it hit a new yearly high for the Bitcoin dominance. Why is that the case? Because Bitcoin also has started to retest $67,000 pretty much for the first time since July. And this is a huge statement Bitcoin's making right now. And usually when Bitcoin goes up like this, and if dominance picks up traction as well, and in our case, dominance is hitting a yearly high, this is going to have an impact and, cause majority of the altcoins to lag. Reason why they lag is because, of course, money from altcoins go back into BTC, and that's what we're noticing right now. And a lot of discussion around, Bitcoin hitting a potential all-time high, which again, is not a unrealistic, conversation to be having by any means, because, we're seeing Bitcoin, retesting some July levels, and if that is able to clear out, I think, things can really start heating up really fast for Bitcoin, and I think we can actually end up closing the month of October on a positive note rather than a negative note. And speaking about the month of October, I want you guys to understand, since the month of October started, we have seen Bitcoin go up 12.34%. So it's already a green month if you look at it from that point of view. But let's take a closer look and see what is happening with SUI. So SUI is not reacting in a positive way to this Bitcoin big move. And I know a lot of people that have been picking up SUI over the course of the last few months. I'm sure you guys were pretty relaxed, because of course majority of the people that picked up SUI might have picked it within this range. And what I mean within this range is at the 90 cents, or of course the 50 cents, between that. And I'm sure if you picked it around there, I'm sure you guys are sitting very comfortable. But with that said, people that got in late, obviously dollar cost averaging late, I'm sure you guys are probably like, why is the price of SUI seeing a retracement? We had, really strong momentum, which definitely, SUI had, and it still does, believe it or not. I still think SUI has a strong momentum. But with that said, why do we talk about Bitcoin dominance on a day-to-day basis? Why do you think I talk about Bitcoin dominance? Because, these are some factors that can impact the price of Bitcoin, which in return can impact, the price of the altcoin that we're covering. In this case, dominance shot up towards a new yearly high. And on top of that, Bitcoin had a major move. And, of course, SUI has been showing significant strength, compared to other altcoins over the course of the last few months. But with that said, there's a lot of other coins. And, remember, as I've said to you guys from the beginning, do you think, if you personally think that you don't want to take in profits, that does not mean the other people that are holding SUI are not going to lock in profits. And maybe people look at a different opportunity that's looking more appealing to them in terms of ROI, and they allocate their gains from SUI to the other coins, and that could definitely be happening. And on top of that, what could be happening is, of course, is the correlation. So if you want to put this into perspective, from the all-time high, we have seen SUI drop down about 16%, exactly on the neckline of that previous all-time high, which we set for ourselves back in February. So not a big surprise for myself. Again, if you follow the channel, we have kind of have a discussion revolving this specific level. What happens if we don't end up holding that key support? Then of course the $1.80 could be in play. That is the next major support. But I think number one is, of course, people allocating their gains elsewhere, and on top of that, the correlation with the dominance index, and that is something that a lot of people are going to ignore, but you don't want to be ignoring it. Look at what's happening with the broader market. It's not just SUI. There is a broader pullback for multiple coins that were running, that were actually running throughout the last few weeks, and those are the ones that are actually down. Look at it, Popcat, Neurocoin, SUI. These are coins that have been running over the course of the past few days that are seeing a little bit of a minor pullback, which is, of course, part of the game. Nothing is going to go up straight forever, not sustainable. And on top of that, Grayscale. And I think, Grayscale is the reason as to why, we started seeing this uptick, when Grayscale announced that SUI Trust. But Grayscale also came out today and announced a lot of different coins that they have under their radar. So, are people really starting to profit take? Yes, that's the case. But that does not mean the momentum is all over. I still think, bullish momentum, especially for quarter will continue. But of course, elections is one key component that we need to keep in mind. But let me know down below what you guys think right now. Love each and every one of you guys. We'll see you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.